President Trump calling into Fox and Friends this morning, attacking many of the witnesses in the impeachment hearings and continuing to push the debunked conspiracy theory that Ukraine interfered in the 2016 election, claiming the Ukrainians have a hacked server that belongs to the DNC.
The FBI went in and they told him, get out of here. We're not giving it to you. They gave the server to CrowdStrike or whatever it's called, which is a company owned by a very wealthy Ukrainian. And I still want to see that server. The FBI has never gotten that server. That's a big part of this whole thing. Why did they give it to a Ukrainian company?
NBC's Jane Tim is with me now. And Jane, this is not the first time we have talked about this conspiracy theory. But for our viewers who are wondering what is going on, what is this conspiracy theory Trump's talking about, and where did it all come from?
The conspiracy theory is broadly that Ukraine is actually the one that meddled in the 2016 election, something we know to have been Russian ordered by Putin and done by Russia. And the idea is maybe that Russia was framed, and it's actually Ukraine that meddled in the election, framed Russia, and this was all sort of orchestrated by the Democrats to make Trump look bad. Now, if there's a global conspiracy, you think the Democrats would maybe want to win an election, not try and just make the guy who won it look bad. But at the end of the day, there's almost no evidence for this. So you see the president kind of hinting and talking about these things. He uses a lot of keywords, the DNC server, CrowdStrike. He sort of hints at this instead of saying it very point blank like I just did, because it sounds just bananas at some point. There is no evidence. American intelligence authorities are very clear. Russia meddled in the U.S. election, and Ukraine did not have this large-scale hacking effort, this sowing divisiveness. There's just no evidence that Ukraine is secretly the one who did all this.
During the public impeachment hearings yesterday, Trump's former Russia advisor Fiona Hill testified about this theory, calling the claims fiction. Let's listen to that.
Based on questions and statements I've heard, some of you on this committee appear to believe that Russia and its security services did not conduct a campaign against our country, and that perhaps, somehow, for some reason, Ukraine did. This is a fictional narrative that has been perpetrated and propagated by the Russian security services themselves.
Her testimony obviously hasn't stopped theories like this one from being spread around. Is there any evidence, Jane, to support in any way that the Democratic Party held anything back from U.S. law enforcement?
No, we don't see evidence that. And then I think one of the things she mentioned that's so important, and I think her testimony made really clear, is that this theory that Ukraine did it is actually something that Russian intelligence wants us to believe, because it absolves them of an international attack on an adversary. There is no evidence that the DNC held anything back. The president likes to talk about the server. There isn't just one server. There's actually many servers. That's not how technology works. But there isn't some server that was withheld from the FBI, how investigations work. And I actually talked to the guy who went into the DNC when they got hacked and looked into these things. And he says, in investigations like this, we take a digital copy of a server and then we do our work. And so that is what happened. The FBI was given digital copies of the server. There's no reason to believe that there was some kind of conspiracy here or that anything was held back. For all accounts, what it appears that the DNC didn't want to tell people that they got hacked by a foreign adversary in the middle of an election. That was really a big deal. So they hired a private security firm to come in and do this. Most people do hire private security firms when they are hacked and then later go to law enforcement when they realize something is going wrong. But there's just no evidence of some wide-scale global conspiracy to try and take down the Trump campaign, and that was secretly by Ukraine, but not Russia. I mean, at the end of the day, we know what happened. Russia meddled in the 2016 election.
Though in spite of that, Jane, I have a feeling we just might talk to you about this again. Thank you for always stopping by to help us keep our facts straight. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Allison.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.